Hey everyone, it's Tom from tomandkatie.com, and I sound a little rough today because I'm in the middle of a code, but hopefully you can bear with me. And this sun is completely not cooperating. It's like dark 1 second, bright 1 second, and hopefully it turns out okay in the video. But what we're going to go over today is what's in our camera bag. We have a huge camera bag that is our main bag for events. And Katie and I both put our equipment in this one bag, and it's actually 45 pounds, so it's really heavy. And we're actually talking about possibly switching to 2 smaller bags because of the fact that our current bag is so heavy. But we'll go over everything that's inside of it and what we use them for. There's been some recent changes to the gear bag, so we're super excited to try this new gear out, and hopefully we get to familiarize ourselves with the new gear soon before the events start, because you don't want to learn new gear at a paid event, especially fumbling over settings and stuff. That's definitely not good. So even though we weren't doing like a tip style video, that's definitely a tip that I recommend you do, is get to know your gear before an actual event. That way you know everything, the ins and out of the gear, and that way you don't have to fumble around a manual or settings while you're on a shoot. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and switch over to a different view. All right, so here we have the Low Pro Roller X300. It's a tad bit too big to check in on a flight, but apparently if you remove the inner module out of this outer case, apparently people have said that they were able to check it in. But we don't do too much flying yet, so we weren't really worried about a check-on size bag. But anyway, this is the bag. It's pretty cool. It has a built-in lock, has the the handle, has the rollers. Pretty sweet. But let's get into the main stuff and what we have inside. Alright, so on to the good stuff. Here, we're actually recording with our 7D and our 24-70, so that's not currently in the bag. The 7D, primarily Katie uses it right now. We're kind of talking about maybe getting her a 5D Mark III as well and saving the 7D as a backup. But yeah, so we're recording with the 7D and the 24-70L f2.8. And some of the other lenses that we have are a 17-40 f4. This is for our extreme wide angle or close to a normal size lens on the crop sensor 7D. We kind of use this for very special, occasions. Whenever we want something a little bit more wider, we don't use it very often, but whenever we do need something wider, we do have it. The other lens that we have that's actually mounted on the camera on the 5D3 right now is the 50L, and this is probably my most favorite lens. I think this is also Katie's favorite lens as well, and so every now and then, she might want to use it while I'm using it, so who knows, maybe we'll add another one to our bag later on. But as of right now, we only have one 50 1.2L, and it's currently mounted to the 5D3 body. And obviously, the 5D3 came out a few weeks ago. It's an amazing camera. We decided to upgrade from the 5D2 mainly for the autofocus upgrade and all of the additional smaller things. So we also have a 40D, and this is one of the first cameras that actually got me into photography professionally a couple years ago, and we currently keep it as a backup. We're also thinking about maybe selling this to go with a 5D Classic as a backup, just so we have, if Katie gets a 5D3, we'll have all full frame sensors besides the 7D as a backup. So we're talking about it, not really sure yet. It's a tank, it's a great camera. It's got me through a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, it hasn't been used in years. I'm always I'm always charging the batteries just to make sure they stay fresh, but haven't used it in a while. But it does stay in the bag as a backup. So we have a 430 EX2. This was one of Katie's original flashes. What we think is in the new season, we're probably not going to use this one very much anymore, so we'll probably sell it to go with an additional newer flash. And that goes on to this. We actually just received these. Haven't gotten a chance to use them yet, but we have 3 of the new 600 EX RTs, and this is the new radio flash that Canon released. And this is actually replacing our 580 EX2s and Pocket Wizard Flex control system that we had. We had the Flex TT5 and the Mini TT1, and that's Pocket Wizard's wireless ETTL triggers. And so we sold all that to upgrade to just going with the speed lights. That way we don't have to worry about having 2 separate modules to consistently check battery levels and fumble over through and stuff like that. So we went ahead and got these. We just received them yesterday. We're super excited about those. Haven't even learned them yet, so I need to go through the manual because these are really complicated compared to the 580 EX2s. We also have some battery packs. These are the Canon battery packs, and they take AA batteries, so you fit 8 AA batteries in here, so you have 8 in addition to the 4 that's already in the speed light. It gives you faster recycle time and longer, you know, more shots out of the flash, which is fantastic. We have a Cyconic light meter. I mainly use this for whenever I'm doing portraits or studio work. I don't really use it during weddings, but I do keep it in the bag in case we ever, you know, need it for some reason. In addition to that, we also have some more backup lenses. This is just a kit lens that came with like a, you know, 7D. It's a 28 to 135, 40D kit lens or 7D kit lens. And then we have a little nifty 50, you know, 50 millimeter 1.8. The flare out of this thing is actually really impressive. And that's actually what I use it for, is whenever I want some additional, you know, different taste of flare versus the 1.2L, I go for this. Some additional stuff we have here is spare batteries for the 5D3 and the 7D. We also keep our chargers in here. We have a rocket blower, which this thing is a lifesaver. This thing is absolutely amazing. I actually keep it in the bag. We also have a low pro memory card wallet where we keep all our memory cards in. This usually stays on like my back pocket during a wedding. And this is just a generic little bag that came with the case that we that we put miscellaneous things in, like these little light stand or speed light stands, you know, other little random stuff. Up here we have a few different things. We have a lens pen, an actual pen. We have a couple memory cards that we keep in here as backups. In here I have some inexpensive Hoya circle polarizers, as well as a hand strap that I originally had on the 5D2. I'll probably throw this away. It's pretty rough and it's been used, you could definitely tell. And whenever the grip is available for the 5D3, we'll probably get that as well as a new hand strap for it. Over here I keep some other stuff like some Energizer lithium batteries. These are like the ones that are specifically made for electronics. But we actually use Sanyo end loops. This is the batteries that we use for our speed lights and our battery packs. They're actually really amazing. They hold the charge for a really long time if you don't use them. And they also have a, you know, high milliamps, so whenever you are using them, you get a lot of, you know, flashes out of them. And I think that's it. You know, we have everything put in here in this nice bag. It fits everything well. We actually could fit all of our gear. And like I previously mentioned, we're talking about maybe going to 2 smaller bags. And what we'll probably do is introduce another bag for just the speed lights and our light stands that we use at events. Because we actually don't use the speed lights until the reception, so there's no need to carry these all along with me if I don't need them until the reception. And that way I'll have the light stands with me, I have the speed lights, I have the umbrella adapters, and then, you know, we can just go ahead and use them at the actual reception instead of carrying it along with us. You know, we don't need the added weight. So that's our camera bag. You know, if you guys want a review on specific items, let us know. We'll probably go a little bit more into detail as far as what we use the lenses for. I know I did mention what I use 7200 and the wide angle and all that, but we'll probably type up something in the blog post. So if you guys have any questions, just let us know, and hopefully you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Take care. Bye-bye.